Hello YouTube, I am back with another video once again as promised, but the Q&A question will be tomorrow, but that's not part of the topic of tonight's video. Tonight we'll be having a sesh and discussing what causes me to be in my feelings and what makes me feel the way I feel half of the time. So let's get this blunt lit and we gonna get to going. So the reason one thing what causes me to be in my feelings is like you hurting my feelings or me reminding myself of the stuff that happened, that sometimes I look at my flashbacks and wish that people treated me with respect and never had picked on me, because to be honest with everyone, I have been picked on and I am traumatized and scarred from my brother passing and things like that. I for the past couple of years been trying my best to not fall into depression, but as a child I kind of figured that as I got older something was going to eventually hit me where it hurt, and that was going to cause me a depression stage. And as I got older I ended up going down that path, and what caused my depression is when the memories come back to your head and make you think of the stuff that happened, and things that should have never happened, and you wish that things would change and wish that your life in childhood would have changed it, and you wish that you would have done so much more from things happening. So from what my clear view of how I feel is, and what causes my depression is me thinking of my childhood memories and the fun things that kept me laughing and going. Because when I was a kid I used to be a motivated kid and a moved and hyper kid and loved to play and go places. But as I get older, and now that I'm older, I'm 20 years old. Here I am, 20 years old. Just turned 20 like a couple of days ago. But as I look at it, I feel like it ain't brought me a depression stage where things don't really matter to me anymore. Like me going now and socializing with myself and being myself. Sometimes I feel like I can't even be myself because it causes me to be a depression stage. It causes me to cry and a bunch of more that I don't want to be added on. So the reason why I feel like I shouldn't be in a lonely circle, because I'm so the type of girl who loves to talk to folks and love to make friends. I'm just not used to being by myself and trying to do stuff on my own, because back as I was growing up, my sister, had a job, and me being a kid, I was only a minor at the time. I couldn't have no fucking job personally. But also just wanted to say this too. If you don't like this video and you don't like what I do inside of it, do not watch it. Let's just go to my views and supporters and subscribers of who watching this video. But anywho, my depression had gotten really to the point where I don't want to go outside, or where I just want to stay in my bed, and where I just want to just stay in my comfort zone. And me seeing a lot of therapists, I mean, I have went to go see therapists, but I really felt like it didn't really help me none, but make it worse and make my traumatized and the things of how I really feel make it worse. And then me explaining to people how I feel really just don't make them understand, but make them think like, oh, I don't give a fuck. Because that's how I really sometimes notice how people think about you these days. When you tell them how you feel, they look at their own background and be like, oh, cool, I really don't give a fuck. So my depression has gotten to the stage where I just stay to myself personally and just enjoy being my own friend and not really worried about socializing with people, and not worried about getting in trouble or anything like that, because For one, I never been to jail, and two, I do not recommend going to jail, and three, I just basically project myself to just stay in the fucking house personally. But that's not really part of this topic. Once again, I'm doing too much talking and not smoking. But what really triggered my depression is we're losing my second brother, which was on my dad's side, and I have already made a video and talked about how I lost my first brother, but the second one I have not got the chance to talk about because I really feel like there's nothing to talk about, and I really feel like there's really not a good story for me to tell, because if I sit on the camera right now and tell y'all the story of how my brother died and what caused him to have cancer, y'all would probably be sitting through this fucking screen probably laughing or feeling bad for me, either or. But how I really particularly feel now, I honestly just stopped caring about people's opinions on the things that I like to do, and this generation then went really left for me, and I look at life and be like, damn, Lexus, are you ever gonna find, a career to do? Or I always ask myself, like, how am I supposed to promote myself into being something and I don't put in the effort to try? And that's what I always got told in my ear as a child. My mother used to tell me this all the time: Alexis, if you don't put in the damn work, you're not gonna get there of where you want to go. So that's why I just think about sometimes trying to start a YouTube career, but nothing, too crazy for folks not to want to watch it, which is understandable. But the reason why I'm vlogging tonight, because I really just don't have nobody to really associate with. I really don't have any friends, because once again, I already said, I was picked on and bullied by my sister's friends and her crew. I could never fit into none of her friends' group because I was a young cat, and when she was the oldest cat to hang out with all of them. So yeah. Didn't you just smoke and you in here? I can't have a smoke session by myself.
I'm not asking for nothing.
What?
I'm just trying to tell what he did.
What you do?
There was a cat out there. I let him off the leash. I didn't see the cat. This dude chased the cat down the street. I had to chase him.
That's a new vlog.